And today I will be talking about if night shifts cause cancer. So, in definition of night shift is working 3 hours between 12 and 5 a.m. So basically, when you have a night shift, it messes with your circadian rhythm, which is what affects your sleep-wake cycles, your appetite, and your digestive patterns. Usually, when it's light outside, you have active energy, but when it's dark, your brain releases this hormone called melatonin, which causes you to sleep. Circadian disruption, which means our circadian rhythms are not working, can make us feel ill and increase our risk for poor health. Along with sleep, melatonin is crucial in helping stop tumor growth and protect against the spread of cancer cells. So, in laboratory animals whose days and nights were disrupted in scientific experiments, they had reduced levels of melatonin and increased rates of cancer or tumor growth. The National Institute of Health recently conducted a study where they measured 4 variables to see the intensity of the night shift and its effects. And their main result was that breast cancer risk factor for night shift workers can be almost 4 times higher than for women who do not work at nights. And they also found out that a forward rotation is preferred and less consecutive night shifts is preferred. Therefore, night shifts do result in higher cancer rates and greater risk for cancer. However, night shifts are also unavoidable for many people. So in order to combat the issue best, you should take online training programs to learn about individual and workplace strategies, get regular health checkups based on any of the following symptoms listed, as well as follow normal health practices such as getting enough sleep, eating a nutritious diet, and exercising regularly.
In my search to find a relationship between cancer and night shift work, I first went to the CDC, which believes that the disruption of the circadian rhythm causes a decrease in released melatonin, which increases the rates of the spread of cancer cells as well as tumor growth. I then went to the Lancet Oncology, which did an evaluation of night shift work's carcinogenicity, which considered both human and animal studies. They performed an animal bioassay, which showed increased instances of hepatocellular carcinoma and various tumors in mice that were exposed to altered light-dark schedules. They also found mechanistic evidence in animals, which supported immunosuppression, chronic inflammation, and cell proliferation as the key factors. However, there was limited evidence in humans which indicated cancer risks, and consisted alterations in estrogen homeostasis and melatonin disruption. Based on those findings, the working group classified night shift work as probably carcinogenic to humans because of the limited evidence of cancer in humans, but sufficient evidence in animals and strong mechanistic evidence. A study published by the Scandinavian Journal of Work did a meta-analysis, but it was only in breast cancer. And they showed that in 16 studies, there was no link between night shift work and breast cancer.
To start, the most direct problem concerning night shift work is sleep interference, which can lead to circadian rhythm interference. And basically, in a study done by among American nurses, it's basically shown that nurses have an increased risk for cancer. And coupled with that, in a study done by the American Association for Cancer Research, it's shown that women who work late nights often have a 41% increased risk for skin cancer, a 32% increased risk for breast cancer, and an 18% increased risk for gastrointestinal problems. And studies done by the NIH have found 4 possible causes, which include melatonin depression, not enough vitamin D, physiological disturbances, and lifestyle disturbances overall. And so there is evidence to suggest that shift work may cause cancer. And even if it's not the only most direct cause, it definitely is a big factor because of how our bodies react to it.
Well, a significant volume of research indicates that there is in fact a relationship between night shifts and several cancer types. According to a study from the National Toxicology Program, the unnatural light used during night shifts affects the circadian system by disrupting nocturnal melatonin production and altering clock gene expression, which are 2 primary factors in the proposed mechanisms of carcinogenicity. Similarly, many studies cited by this research article revealed that light exposure at night or changes in daylight length, which are factors somewhat associated with night shifts, promoted the rate of tumor growth or tumor size for many types of tumors. Additionally, it is important to assess how this trend varies or is similar amongst different cancer types. A research article by Lee et al. Specifically focused on breast cancer, and they found that an association between breast cancer and night work was reported in numerous epidemiological studies. Likewise, a study by Locazo-Lorca et al. Found a relationship between night shift work and prostate cancer risk, specifically for rotating night shift work. Thus, we can conclude that for at least these two relatively prominent cancer types, there is a relationship between working night shifts and being more at risk to getting these types of cancers. However, the magnitude of these associations is not substantial, and there are several other factors, primarily genetics, which outweigh working night shifts when considering factors that contribute to cancer.
To answer the question, does night shift work cause cancer, I researched 3 articles. The first article I found was from the National Library of Medicine, and the title is How the Intensity of Night Shift Work Leads to Cancer Risk. Though this article specifically focused on breast cancer, it provided more detail about generalized cancer research and night shift work. The article goes into their case control study and discusses the results, which does show that night shift work does increase breast cancer rate by 2.34 times, and maybe even more depending on the intensity of the work. Another article I found is from the American Association for Cancer Research, and the title is Linking Night Shift Work to Cancer Research. This article did provide a broader range of cancers, but still only restricted the cancers to women only. The article discussed how for women, skin cancer rates increased by 41%, breast cancer rates increased by 32%, and gastrointestinal cancer rates increased by 18% for women working the night shift. The last article I found is from the CDC NIOSH Science Research page, and is titled Recent News About Night Shift Work and Cancer, and What Does It Mean for Workers? This article follows toxicology reports that were put out by the CDC in past years and goes through the specific factors that may play a role in increasing risk for cancer with night shift. Specifically, the article mentions circadian rhythm disruptions and melatonin. And though some of my articles constrict or restrict to specific gender or types of cancer, they're all helpful in helping to expand current research and determine that night shift does have a link to increased cancer rates.
Hello, my name is Darna Otzi, and today I'm going to be addressing the question of, does shift work, specifically shift work that occurs at night, cause cancer? Prior to addressing this question, I do want to mention circadian rhythms and biological systems. To begin, circadian rhythms refer to the body's biological routine, which ties into our biological systems, which encompass body temperatures, sleep schedules, and our digestive patterns, all of which are influenced by light detection in the eyes. A circadian rhythm that's out of order activates a cancer signature gene known as HSF1 that can trigger tumors in the lungs. That being established, in the event that you're conducting work at night, it is assumed that you are doing so in the presence of light, which ultimately alters one's circadian rhythm. Going back to the overarching question, now we see that there lies a relationship between conducting shift work at night and cancer, meaning that I can attest that conducting shift work at night likely does lead to cancer. Thank you so much for your time, and although I am unable to insert the links into the video, I will attach my sources to this assignment.
Hello everyone, just wanted to talk about my 3 articles for this assignment. So my first article was regarding rotating night shift work and colorectal cancer in nurses. It was a very large study including 190,000 women, and their main findings was that the risk for rectal cancer significantly increased with shift work duration, but they really did not find any evidence or an association between rotating night shift work and colorectal cancer risk. The second article was regarding night shift work and breast cancer incidence. This was majorly in UK, and they found that there was actually no evidence to support that night shift work is related to breast cancer incidence. They found that there's little to no effect. My third article was regarding prostate cancer risk. This was mainly done in Spain, and they found that there was an association between shift work and prostate cancer, particularly for tumors with worse prognosis. Thank you.